Okay, okay.
So what? Yeah, what I have
So
planned for today. So I have some questions because you have got some experience of shooting, or you have got some experience of workshops as well. Okay, so you have got that actor training workshops, and also the in-field experience, where you had to go, you had to be with different actors, you had to follow some briefing of the director. Okay, so I just want you, brother, to share some experiences and some learnings what you have, like for the beginners, those who want to do that, those who want to go in that direction. So I just want you to share some insight so that they can keep in their mind before thinking of uh, going to. So it will be a do's, don'ts, or also some interesting learnings you have got. Okay,
okay.
so
So
hmm,
initially, acting, I've started by taking short films. My experience towards learning acting happened only at the time of COVID. Before that, I was totally into short films and making short films where that will be a platform for many directors to view it, and they will call us for audition. So in that kind of a track I was in. So from there, the transitioning stage to become an actor, I actually didn't know even 1% of what is acting when I was doing short films. According to me, being loud, and being authoritative in the screen is acting. Authoritative in the character is acting. According to me, subconscious acting in the early
hmm,
days. But one more thing, when they gave me some rasa to do, they will give you some rasa. Like they will not tell you this rasa, do this rasa, do that rasa, and all. They will not tell. They will give you a situation. They will not give you the script. They will not give you the dialogues. Only in the sets they will give you. From there you have to act.
okay,
For that,
okay.
one of the greatest actors. Okay.
Hmm,
So telling
hmm,
all this, one of the finest, greatest actor will not do the small, small scenes. Correct. This is a small,
hmm,
small
hmm,
scene. The greatest actor also needs some kind of an what do I say? It's some kind of preparation, which we will not get. So that is why the uh, talents are not properly nurtured. That's the problem.
yeah, in the beginning, when they are beginner, even if they have that caliber, but they will not get the time to
Ah,
prepare or
mm,
to think. Yeah,
yes.
understand. Yeah.
So from there, after coming to this acting training with you people, உங்க கூட நான் வந்து ஆக்டிங் ட்ரைனிங் வரும்போது தான் ஐ அண்டர்ஸ்டுட். எனக்கு வந்து ஐ அண்டர்ஸ்டுட். இதுதான் இதுதான் நடக்கும், இப்படி தான் நடக்கும், இப்படி தான் இருக்கும். கிளாஸஸ்னா இப்படி தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ என்ன ஒரு கிளாஸ், இஃப் ஐ எம் அட்டெண்டிங் அ கிளாஸ், மார்னிங் கிளாஸ் ஐ எம் அட்டெண்டிங் வித் யூ கைஸ், தட் கிளாஸ் தேர் இஸ் அ லாட் ஆஃப் நத்திங் அபவுட் ஆக்டிங். ஆக்டிங்கை பற்றியே கிடையாது அது. இது ஒன்லி இட் இஸ் ஒன்லி அபவுட் ரிலாக்ஸிங் mind, how you react to situations, how you and acting in all formats. If you see boxing, if you see cricket, they will just do all kind of fitness for 1 hour. That playing the game they will only do for half an hour. Like that only acting techniques. When I am with you, I am learning. In that COVID time we were learning, and then I understood what all my approach towards acting was. Everything was wrong. எல்லாமே தப்பு. ஆக்டிங் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட எல்லா அப்ரோச்சுமே தப்பு. எவ்ரிதிங். Only you guys treat it normally. They in very
Hmm,
way
hmm,
they understand
hmm,
what
hmm,
is the what is the essence. How do you have to act? How do you have to react? Why do you have to overreact? There are a
hmm,
lot
hmm,
of gaps in you guys.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
So that is what
and
I came into this.
and like, when you are all getting those from different workshops, from different acting coaches, you got it. Okay, you got some solution, you got some answers, like whatever you were searching for or seeking for. Okay, so now it's all there in your body, it's all there in your subconscious mind. But what happens when you are going to set, and there you don't get time, you don't get time to think because lots of people will be there. And as a beginning actor you will have very small scene,
Mm.
and you are not a face, you're not a known face, so different treatment will be given. So brother, in that circumstance, how it can be a question, or it can be your style, how you incorporate or how you instill those little bit of learning into your work, because it's a very pressure kind of situation,
Mm.
pressure based situation, and people will not give you time. They will, everything will be in rush. So in that, how can one get time? So this is what the question.
The problem, acting in Tamil Nadu is, let it be filmmaking or acting. An assistant director உன்னை கூப்பிடுறான், or he's calling you for some kind of an audition. That assistant director itself will be this story, will be there in this kind of movie only for 2 months. He himself will not know much of the information about the movie.
Mhm.
He will not be a very first guy. So what he gave us in the audition, we will remember that only. Okay.
Mhm.
So if we are selected, we will go in that kind of a mindset to that sets.
Mhm.
So for the we have done, same scene only we
Mhm.
are going to go and do there. So we'll have that
Mhm.
idea and go. But the
Mhm.
flavor of the scene, according to the director, the way he conveys to us will be totally different from what the AD conveyed to us. Can you
Mhm.
get it?
Understand. Like even like it's a very small experience, but even I have experienced the same. That
Yes. Yes.
whenever you enter into that field, whenever you enter into that process, it's a hierarchical process.
Mm,
It deals with lots of hierarchy, because the person you are going to meet when you are going for the audition will be a different person. He can be like AD, like maybe fifth AD or fourth AD.
mm,
Okay.
mm, mm.
So, and that person will deal with you as an actor, like that person will take care of you about your presence and everything, that whether you are going to once you get selected. So even in that selection, they are not bothering about your talent, they are not bothering
Ah,
about what you know. They are not, like, they don't think about that.
yes.
What they think, that whether this face is going with that character or not, whether this
Ah,
personality is going with that character, like the first layer of the character, and it is very important, it is also necessary. But they, this is what they get, you know once they get it, then they push you to that character making or role making, or the, like, you remember that costume test happened that time, like finding, so only then you go to the main hierarchy,
man and high.
only then you go to the real context of the character or the story, because even the fifth AD doesn't know about that.
Mm.
Fourth AD maybe, they are new, they newly get hired, or whatever the situation is. So whatever the learnings we get as a training, as a trainee actor, or as an institutionalized trained actor, I think after, maybe after 5 years of you know spending in a field, maybe after 10 years you will get a luxury of applying your what you
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
So it is not, it is not easy, even if you know, even if you get trained, but it's not easy to apply, because you will not get
Ah,
that kind of
not at all easy
atmosphere.
to apply. It is not at all easy to apply. None of the directors or none of the assistant directors they understand that. It is not easy to apply your acting technique when you are getting a scene. You might be amazing in the audition, but on the
Hmm.
sets, when you guys are giving something with another flavor, it is going to 100% affect your movie's dynamics by getting in
Yes,
a who's not fully informed about the.
and here comes like the flexibility, because from the first briefing you got something and you prepared it, you learned your line, you got everything for the first briefing. But if you go to the set, it will be completely changed, and you have to flexible. You have to be ready for that, because
Mm.
it will all, and then it will be, it will be the case that how flexible you are, how adaptable you are, as far as the briefing is concerned, given by the director. Only then you, because if you follow that briefing, you will be lost,
Mm.
because it will be pressurized ambience. Lots of people will be there, camera will be there, lots of people will always be there
Yeah.
and will be looking at you.
Mm.
So in that high pressure kind of situation, takes courage, it takes courage, it takes
Correct.
something very different in you to survive or to do
Correct.
that. So on
True.
that note, very happy that very practical idea you shared about, and it's very very important, what we are learning in books, what we are doing in drama school or whatever, it's completely different when we are actually applying and executing whatever we have learned in the field.
In the field, yes, exactly.
Because it, at the end of the day, it becomes a market, and it all has to do with money and this business. So
Perfect.
there, it's all about, even the time, the luxury of time, the luxury of preparation, the luxury of being relaxed will be given to the senior actors, or those who
Perfect.
have made it. It's a huge difference between the the person who is planning to start, or the person who have you know who has made it. So that's a great difference. So that's why sometimes it is very critical, and it's very becomes very confusing for the actors who are trained, but they are being treated as if a beginner, that okay, because of not having that known face. Hmm. So for that, like, so for that solution, we need, like, as an actor, even if you don't have to work, like if you're a Hindi actor or a English actor, you keep going to different, you know regional language or whatever, to see what is happening, so that
Mm.
it will become the real learning after your drama school or after the workshop, the series of workshop. I think you spend your, like, more than 3 years to be in touch with those workshop, meeting with different Indian coaches, like right from like NSD teachers and all. So even if you have that kind of strong baggage, strong training, but it's different when you are starting in a field. It's completely different, and we all have to be aware of that kind of thing. And when you go, like, you are going to spend some time in a specific field where you don't know the language. Even if you don't know the language, but you will somehow you will get something about your thing, because when you are auditioning, you know that your language will not be understood by the audience, but they will see the acting, and there, you will
100%.
depend on your acting rather than your language, because you don't have that luxury to show your language skill there. You have to show what you do as far as acting is concerned. So that's why reading and going to different places, like everybody says that you have to travel, you have to go to different places. It's easy, but what if you're doing job, what if you are committed to some organization, it becomes very difficult.
Yes.
And for the artist, for the actor, for writer, for director, they have to take some time. It will be non-profit kind of traveling. It will be like,
Mm.
you sometimes there is a possibility that you will not get anything materialistically, but up the road you will see what we have got,
Mm.
as far as personality is concerned. So that's why, like, when I was preparing for this third session, I was preparing those questions, that you have actually got lots of experiences in terms of set, in terms of workshop training. And so it is very important to see these differences.
Yes.
And that kind of discussion, like, I really learned from the actor Nasir sir.
Ah.
So even that person also, when we had the session, he was not at all talking about acting. He was not at all talking about what acting can be. He was talking about these dynamics,
Mm.
and which could really help you to a beginning, which could be those who are actually trying to find different ways to get in. So these things, like, and I'm very very glad that that session happened, and these dynamics of, and these are the people, like, even like after some years you will be the person who can actually tell these things,
Mm,
Otherwise,
mm,
those
mm.
who are directing, those who are acting and going for audition can only tell. So
Perfect.
those who are, they can't tell the situation.
Yes,
Okay,
true.
these are the roles we have to follow, and we have to sort of give our time to travel, to read, to go to watch different cinemas, and be open to different cultures and art, music, people. Only then you will have that kind of simplicity and relax. Like again, I'll tell the relaxation how you will be relaxed when you will see that we are all one, regardless of state, regardless of the language, regardless of the education or the class. So we have to be thinking that we are, then this caliber will come, that okay, we are one, and we can be simple, we can be what we are. So and I think that's the most important factor of thinking about a creative process. It's not about just actor, it's about any creative field you want to go. You have to be flexible enough, you have to be adapt adaptable, and you have to find your ways to connect, to make that connect with people. Otherwise you can't. It's a huge task to uh, I'm just getting a call. Just
Ah, you
2 minutes.
okay?
Yeah, okay.
Fine.
Okay,
Let's.
so from now on, I have to. I'll just go and come. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. அவங்களுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான அப்ரோச் இருக்கணும்? எனக்கு வந்து என்னோட டார்கெட் ஆடியன்ஸ் என்ன அப்டின்னா, இந்த ஸ்கூல் முடிச்சுட்டு ஆக்டர் ஆகணும் அப்டின்லாம் சின்ன வயசுலயே வருவீங்க தெரியுமா? நீங்க தான் என் டார்கெட் ஆடியன்ஸ். ஸோ நீங்க இனிஷியலா இந்த ஆக்டிங்குள்ள வரேன் அப்டின்னு சொல்லி உங்களோட வேற எந்த கரியரையுமே பண்ணாம இதுக்குள்ளலாம் வராதீங்க. இதெல்லாம் இட்ஸ் நாட் அ சேஃப் ஆக்சுவலி இட்ஸ் நாட் அ சேஃப் ப்ரொஃபஷன். இதுல வந்து நெறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு. அத நான் ஃபுல்லா சொல்றேன். அத நான் அதுக்கப்புறமா அது சேஃபா இல்லையான்னு நீங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சு உள்ள வாங்க. ஸோ அதுதான் இதுக்கான விஷயம். இது வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் அன் என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் ஆர் ஏதோ ஒரு காமெடியான சேனல்லாம் கிடையாது. இது வெறும் இட்ஸ் அபவுட் ஆக்டிங் ட்ரெய்னிங், ஆக்டிங் டெக்னிக்ஸ். ஸோ ஆக்டிங் ட்ரெய்னிங், ஆக்டிங் டெக்னிக்ஸ்ங்கும் போது அது அந்த மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள்ல என்னெல்லாம் நடக்கும்? வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஏன்னா இவங்க இப்போ வந்திருக்கிற டீச்சர் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு சொல்லிக் குடுக்குற டீச்சர் வந்து இஸ் ரியலி வெல் வெர்ஸ்ட். ஹீஸ் பின் தேர் இன் திஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. இந்த ட்ராமா தியேட்டர் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலேயே அவர் வந்து ஒரு 10 இயர்ஸ் கிட்ட இருந்துட்டாரு. ஸோ அவர் இப்போ 30 தான் ஆகுது, அவருக்கு 32 தான். ஸோ 22 இயர்ஸ்லேருந்து இதில் தான் இருக்காரு. ஸோ ஹீஸ் ஓரளவுக்கு நல்லாவே ஹீ கேன் ஹேண்டில் திங்ஸ் அண்ட் டீச் பிகினர்ஸ் நல்லாவே கற்றுக் கொடுக்க முடியும் அவரால். ஸோ வெயிட் பண்ணி பாருங்க உங்களுக்கு எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகுது. உங்களுக்கு கமெண்ட்ஸில் ஏதாவது இல்லை, அவர் சொல்கிறது உங்களுக்கு புரியலை அப்படின்னா கமெண்ட்ஸில் கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. நாங்கள் மோஸ்ட்டாக அதை நான் அதை அவருக்கு உங்களுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்கிறேன் அவர் சொல்கிறதையே. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வாட் இஸ் தி ஐடியா. பார்ப்போம் எப்படி போகுதுன்னு. சஞ்சய் பாய். எஸ். ஆ.
Okay. So we are going to talk about two concepts today. So the first is storytelling. Okay, and storytelling, why it is very important, and actors or the directors are called as storytellers. Okay,
Mm.
can you share like your perspective of this question, that how do you see actors being storyteller or a director being storyteller?
Mm.
So I'm not intentionally, I'm not including writer. I'm just including these two people, that actor and director. So just share what you think about it,
An
and then we'll go
actor
for.
and director, they have to tell stories in such a way that people in this world now people are not ready to watch movies. They are not ready to watch even short films, because they are all swiping up like this. Like in 1 minute they want content, half a minute they want content. So person who's actually going to tell a story to someone, narrating something to someone, he has to first keep the hook. The hook should be very very important.
Yes.
From there he can take it
Hmm.
forward.
Hmm.
So anyone who wants to express something to you or something to someone, they have to not let the important ideas or important points in the first itself.
Hmm.
The narration should go in such a way that they are in a doubt. They are not. They have not got the. They have not got the solution. That is why they are coming into this, and then they have the solution, but they should not reveal it in the first. So as it's going on, the hook develops. As it develops, people will start listening to you. First thing, people are looking at you, and people listening at you are totally different. They will just look at you,
Hmm. Hmm.
and their mind will be somewhere else. That's totally
Hmm.
rubbish. That is totally
Hmm.
waste of your time and their time. So if you want to just tell someone listen to what you want, what you are telling, please put them in the
Hmm.
hook.
Hmm.
If I go and tell a person that I and one very big acting teacher from NLS is doing live, please do join the session, come and watch it. No one will watch. No one will.
Hmm.
Unless and until they have the necessity. Unless and until we create the necessity for them, they will not come.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is the
Hmm.
idea behind anything. The way you
Hmm.
project it to them, the way you tell it to them.
Hmm. Hmm. I understand. Understand. So, so the concept of storytelling starts like, let's just separate it from movie, acting, directing, whatever. Let's come back at home. Okay.
Ah,
So now the second question is, in terms of home, how do you see that storytelling? How this storytelling works in the family setup?
in the family setup, storytelling. Okay. Um,
Here the intention is not to perform. The intention is not to, do something. It's a part of your communication. So on that ground, how do you see that? You can take your time, you can, see and let me know that what do you think about family setup and the storytelling.
okay.
So before
Family
that,
story.
before that, yeah, you can take your time. So I'll tell you the difference between the two genre, and it's very like everyone asks that question, that what is screen acting, or theater acting, or whatever. So in order to understand that, we have two forms of acting. It's like when you were discussing about your experience, you told me that uh, the acting experience which you think that the one who is loud, the one who is dominating the screen, is acting. This is what you shared, like you used to think about that time, that okay, the one who is doing it is acting. But what happens, there are two kinds of thing: external acting and internal acting. So let's start with external acting, what external acting is about. And we cannot say external external acting is bad, internal acting is good. No, there are two types of performance happens. Sometime we need external acting, you know we have to go, like approach will be different, but we these two ingredients are important ingredients for acting. But overdoing of external acting can become boring,
Boring, yes.
can become, and if overdoing of internal acting can also become boring.
Ah,
Okay. So yeah, we have to strike a balance between external acting, internal acting.
wow.
We are not judging whether the external acting is cliche or it is loud. No, sometimes we have to be loud. Okay, sometimes we have to
Ah,
express. Like when I was in Chennai, and the way I was, looking at my friend, they were all expressing in a very different way. They were
very, very.
expressing friendship, they were expressing their views. So sometime this is what I got from, like, after being there, after listening to them, this is what I got. Sometimes it is also very necessary. There are
Mm.
some contexts, there are some stories, there are
It
some
has to be out
situations which should be told in that way,
in that way.
in that energetic way, in that, that kind of way, engaging way. But at the same point of time, that is not the only way. When we are 24/7 living our life,
Yes.
we always take shifts. We have different masks. We have mask at home, we have mask at office, we have mask at whatever we are doing, to different people. So we shift. Sometimes we want it to be very, we want it to be very secluded, in solitude, in sometimes we want to be alone, to think about ourselves, to self talk. Sometimes we need people, we want a group to share, we want that gathering to happen. So these are, like, both of the thing, like, you cannot, separate them. Okay, so the first is external acting. It can be, yeah, it can be that.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
shall I continue?
Go,
Yeah.
go.
So it can be a stage acting, because it stage demand different things. Like, for example, it that stage demands to incorporate your all bodies, because audience will be there and they can see you, like from top to bottom they can see you. So the first line, external acting, focus on just acting, as you have to see and balance the light. Okay, why external acting is stage acting? Because you see, when an actor enters on the stage, when the actor is acting, so he cannot be fully indulged into that, because technically he has to be aware of the light coming, and because it's a stage craft, so you have to be in the light and deliver that dialogue. You have to wait for the musical cue, you have to wait for your actor, co-actor. So because everything is happening at the same time, the entire orchestra is happening right now, live in front of the audience. So there will be a mind which will be technically focusing on different elements like light, camera, or if it is a camera, or if it is a light, if it is a setup, if it's a property. For example, you have to hold this property and then you have to say something. So you cannot get so involved that you take this property for granted. After some time, because there will be no pause, there will be no cut, nothing. So you have to find a creative way to place it where it was.
Ah, exactly.
And for these dynamics, you can't be, completely internal. You can't be completely indulged into that character, because you have to be aware of your dynamics. Your
Tough. True, true, true.
Okay, about life, about the costume. For example, if, like, for example, if I have a tight jacket, very
Yeah.
tight jacket, and it happened because of some, some situation happened in the costume department,
Yes.
and you can't breathe. So you have to be aware that you can't breathe, and you have to find a way to just open your, so that you can deliver your lines.
Mm.
So to be aware of everything whatever happening to you, but also you have to act. You
Perfect.
have to involve your audience in a way that they believe that you are playing a character. Okay? So very thin line between casual acting or the, you know like, these are the same, it looks like the same, but huge difference. Okay,
Mm.
now for external acting, approach is to be honest with the text as a storyteller. Okay. So what happens that whenever you are doing a play, okay, sometime for example you are doing Macbeth, okay, or you are doing Uncle Vanya, so these plays, and they are giant, they are classic, so you cannot change the text, you cannot improvise, because around the world you know what will happen, or Ramayana or Mahabharata, okay, so you have to, so on stage you, the actor is a postman basically, postman. So he will take those uh, the message, and he will deliver to the audience, and how fine, how creatively he's delivering, he's doing the job of the postman, that he is responsibly taking it and sending it to the audience.
Audience.
So that,
Exactly.
and that's the reason why we started with the topic storytelling. They're a storyteller, and we find those storyteller everywhere, right from Tamil Nadu, in my Banaras, everywhere you will find these folk artists. Okay, I remember that the festival happened. The director, who is the director? Uh, Vivek's director. What was the name of the director?
Yeah, who the
Tamil,
movie? The
yeah,
movie.
movie director. He has
Ah,
organized a huge festival for folk artists on the
ah,
same day when something uh, classical music happens. So Gautam, sir, Gautam, what was the name? Huh. So that festival was also about collecting like that parali players, that what do we call that? The death
Parai, Parai,
drum,
Parai, Parai.
parai. Okay, so these people, they are basically storytellers.
Mm.
Their uh, the foremost duty for the storyteller is to tell, to convey what they are suffering, what they have as a pain,
Exactly.
what they have as a celebration. Okay, so it's a compulsion of sharing in the form of storytelling. In
Perfect.
order to propagate that story, they got some property to make it engaging, like parai and whatever the thing is. Okay, so they are basically a postman, they are basically a storyteller. And when we start with these kind of basics, we get clarity what actually we are doing, what our main job is all about. Okay, so and then you keep adding different flavors and different layers, and we'll talk of that in internal acting. Okay, now the third is, it's about stability, as in it gives the regular fine tuning of character, detailed study of the text, habit of self observation of the body, mind, voice. That's why film acting welcomes flexible. Okay, this is what we did. So whenever you are doing, like for example, whenever you're doing a theater production and you are playing a character for 55 days or 60 days, you are regularly fine tuning yourself, going for doing, undoing, learning, unlearning. You will come like throughout the production, brother, you will come with maybe 50 ideas
Haha.
for the director, and director will tell you come with 50 idea. But after getting 50 idea, you have to stop yourself, and then out of that 50 ideas, director will come to 5 maybe. So you have to be accepting in nature. You don't have to be rigid, because it's a director's vision. He will see the
Mm.
picture. So you are adding flavor to it. You are a postman, you are
Postman.
responsibly set. Yeah, so in that ground, your 50 ideas will come down to 5 ideas. But you cannot say that these 5 ideas are not related to those 50 ideas. Those 50 ideas were the reason of selecting these 5 ideas, which, which you will include in your character, which you will include in the play, in the production of the director. Okay, so in that also, an artist or an actor should be very very flexible, observing, self observing, and ready to adapt there also, because it's a whole month of production, you're doing it and coming, and you have to stop.
Mm.
There will be a point, you cannot find 5,000 ideas,
Mm.
because it will be 1 hour play. You have to deliver all what you know, so it has to be very systematic, it has to be scientific. So okay, so external acting. It's all about theater, it's all about visibility, it's all about being loud, it's all about sometime being a dominating in the scene. Okay, so this is the first part, or you can say one part of the acting. Okay, and now, so I think, I hope, like, I have conveyed the external acting. So it's about, and it has lots of, it has lots of things to do with exhibitionism, but it is a positive exhibitionism, you can say. Like, every artist is an exhibitionist. We want to exhibit. That's the compulsion. We are finding our different ways to exhibit. Sometimes exhibit our emotions, sometimes exhibit our uh, view, point of view of how we see the world, sometimes exhibiting our skills in terms of dance, in terms of body movement, in terms of facial expression. So we are exhibitionist some way, but it's a positive exhibitionism. So we are not demeaning, because we, as an actor, we are neutral. We are just telling the story. Now the audience will decide whether they will go uh, for the story or against the story. So
Again.
they have to take a call. But here we are exhibiting to deliver what we are doing as a text. That's it. Postman. Okay, postman or the storyteller, like the basic storyteller, those who are there when the death happens, like they are doing it. So they are engaging people into that emotion.
Perfect.
Now, internal acting. Internal acting, the first thing,
Hey,
uh,
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute,
okay, okay, okay,
1 minute, 1 minute,
yeah,
1 minute.
all good. Okay, okay,
Ah, ah.
all good, brother.
Yes, yes.
So this session. Is everything okay?
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me, bro.
If you want, we can wrap it up today if you wish.
No, no, no.
Huh?
Let's go. Let's
Okay,
go.
okay,
Let's do a bit of acting and then we'll finish.
okay, okay. Okay, so this was the external acting. It's more about exhibitioning. It's more about sharing what you have in a loud manner. Sometimes, like your example, what you shared. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, internal acting. Internal acting is, you see how different it is. Like
It is the
here,
toughest. Internal acting is
yeah.
the toughest. According
I
for
know
me.
what
For me.
I tell you, I'll tell you how it is different. See, like when you're doing stage, so whenever you are acting, when you're playing a character, you also are aware of the camera, the position, like there will be a point you have to stand on the stage. Okay, it will be demarcated place, so you have to come so that other actor will have the visibility. So these things, dynamics are there. So you have to be aware of the technicality, the stage technicality. Okay, so you cannot have the luxury to go dwell into that character.
Mm,
You have to have that kind of consciousness. Okay, light is there or these things are there. But opposite to external acting, in internal acting, you have to ignore the camera.
mm,
Stage actor can't ignore the audience, can't ignore the audience. But here in screen acting, there is no audience, so you are not bothering about the audience. You are just following your way of expression.
mm,
Okay, so it will be completely, you are free, because you don't have now, like when you are doing screen acting, you don't have that responsibility of okay, checking also this, checking also that, and that also, and then acting. So the whole lot of pressure or the responsibility will be quickly erased when you're doing screen acting, because there you don't have to project your voice to the last bench of the audience first. So automatically your voice will be organic. Your voice will be the way you are talking right now. Okay, so you don't have to shout or you reach out to people. It happens again and again when you are playing on stage. Director will tell if you have a soft voice. Like I had a soft voice, so every time, again and again, director, like every time he tells me that please, have to reach out to the last bench of the audience. And when I was doing that, I have always felt that I have lost the essence of the character, because it's then more about shouting and reaching out, raising your voice, raising that vocal cord and everything. So that time, like I have again felt that again and again, that I have lost the essence of the character, because my mind is more into reaching out to the people, seeing the dynamics, and that. But here it will be a closed mic. Here you don't have to do all those things. You don't have to sometimes looks at the you don't have to look at the camera.
mm.
You don't have to. These things will liberate you as an actor, because now you are into you. So screen acting allows you to do that internal acting. It helps you, because this is the medium is designed for internal acting. There you don't get that kind of ambience where you have to shout, you have to over express, you have to be very very expressive, you have to modulate. No, don't need the theater learning sometimes here. So 70% of theater learning, like it's difficult statement, but 70%, 75% of theater learning is negated in camera act. If you start applying those theater learning into camera, it will be a different kind of acting.
Acting. Perfect.
It will be a different kind of, incomprehensible acting, because it will be loud, it will be for theater.
Mm.
Okay, when you are entering into the camera thing and you have got the training theater, you have to unlearn all those things. There, here the storyteller was dependent on the situation or the emotion or the collective consciousness of the people, because they are for people, they are the storytelling, they're parai players and these things, okay, folk players. But when it comes to the storytelling of the camera, so that storytelling depends on the editor and the director of the screen media.
Mm, mm, mm.
The actor,
Not only the
you,
actor, but
yeah, so you are playing it, you are doing it, but the storytelling, the autonomy of the storytelling will be there in the director's hand.
okay,
Okay? So that's the difference between the storytelling of a theater or you can say external acting or the internal acting.
acting. Okay.
So one thing also, like in theater, when the show opens, like it will be of 1 hour, 1:30. So it opens, yeah. So it will not be stopped. It will go. It will go. Like it is a live show happening. So okay, so there is a different kind of pressure, this different kind of compulsion you have to play, and you have to keep going. Like show must go on, kind of thing. Okay, you have, when the show opens, you have to finish it, complete it. You have to manage it doing it. Here in internal acting, when you're doing camera, it is not like that. Sometimes you have just have to do 5 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, and then it will be over, and then you again revisit to that. So you will have, that it will be very unconnected. Sometimes you are shooting for the last portion of the film, okay, middle portion of the film. So it is all decided by the director or the person in charge. Okay, so there you will experience that unconnected sequencing or the different kind of sequences, uh, opposite sequencing of a film. But here when the play opens, it opens, nobody can do anything because uh, it's all there in front of the audience. Okay, so this is the difference also. Now, but there are some directors, there are like professional directors, they provide theater workshop before shooting to their actors.
Mm,
Okay? They want their actors to get into that ambience, they want their actors to get into the character, they want their actors to get into the briefing of the character. So it facilitates lots of things, it makes things easy.
mm, mm,
That you get that discipline, even like you were also part of that workshop when you were about to shoot. So it happens, like there are some sensible directors, those who see the importance of training, theater training or the improvisation training or the collective training of a actors, student actors. But so for example, for theater there is a different kind of technique, in fact, coming from all over India, different kind of folk arts or the kalari, uh, tayyam, well, like lots of things they do. So they do it, they don't have to master in it, it is not possible because it takes 15 years, 20 years to master those arts. They do it, the actors, the training actors, they do it because they just want to get the essence of the, so just they want to instill the essence in their body, so wherever
body.
they are performing, they will have that kind of essence, that's it, in terms of breathing, in terms of body discipline, in terms of voice discipline, so they get it. But here in public medium, like where you are doing camera, a coach should or has to design different exercises for them. I already told you that 75% of the theater practice will not be entertained, will not be used in screen acting. You
Mm,
have to unlearn, you have to reject lots of exercises
mm,
which will help you. Like when you enter into drama school, the first 3 months session is named as opening up session.
mm, 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 mm.
So it's opening up, it's not about making you artist or actor, it's about opening up. Shout, you have
Sure.
never shouted the way you wanted. Laugh, you have never laughed because it's all conditioned schooling and university. So in that 3 months, everybody everyone supposed to have they give you the platform to release what you have suppressed.
Mm.
Person's name is opening up,
Okay.
and after opening up, you will go for summing up.
Summing up.
You have opened everything. You have opened your body. You have opened your vocal cord. You have opened your mind. But now you have to draw a line and taking what is needed for you. So this is
Perfect.
called summing up. Okay,
Perfect.
only then, only then you can go for. Otherwise, like you can be open and you cannot do. There has to be a line in that you have to travel. You have to demarcate a line. It's a line of discipline. It's a line of ethical work. It's a line of your caliber. It's a line of your potential, and then you will start making the performance, which will be the third session,
Mm.
performance making. So it will be in 9 months. So 3 3 3. So the last 3 months will be of performance making. Once you are opened up, you have summed up, and then you are going to do the performance thing.
Perfect.
Okay, it happens in a drama school curriculum, but in screen acting, the exercise will be completely different.
Mm.
Why I'm giving so when you are doing camera work, you are not in an auditorium, so it's not a safe place. It's not a closed or decided pre-decided place, because when you are doing a theater, it's a decided place. Gate closes at 6:30. After that, no one will allow you to come and see in a professional theater group. So it's all in closed one space. But what if you're doing a shooting somewhere outside in the market?
That time we will get caught. Mm. That is the thing.
That time, so the exercises of theater will not work there.
Mm.
So you're accustomed to a fabricated ambience which is made for you for the production.
Mm.
But what if you are doing in the real space? So because of that, like I take the name of Jerzy Grotowski sir. So he started making the exercises which can help internal acting students, those
Mm.
who have do the camera work. There they start doing the public solitude exercise, which like I used to do. Public solitude exercise, you are in the public and you are in a character and people are looking at you, and still you are having that point where you are relaxed with somebody. The same kind of relaxation you get with different people. So these public solitude exercises and these you can say different kind of retreat, for example, like vipassana, and these things help, because there you don't need you are going inwards. The process of these system like vipassana, satya, kriya yoga, and whatever yoga and breathing exercise, the whole idea of these exercises is to help you to go within. Here the theater acting, external acting and internal acting differs
Totally.
and have
Totally.
different kind of approaches. But still I'm saying acting is one.
Mm. Give an
Is one
example.
in
Let's go with an example. So,
acting is one. Acting is one. Even if you're doing TV, even if you're doing theater, and even if you're doing cinema, acting is one. But why it is different? Because when you are doing theater, you are doing the acting, but you have to keep these dynamics in mind, which is the theater dynamics: light and audience, reaching out to the people, your co-actor, your cue, music cue, sound cue, everything. So there it becomes like half of your mind is working on those dynamics, and maybe 60% of is working for your character and for your creative work. So it's not just 100% you are just thinking about your character, but also you're thinking about other dynamics, which is 40% thinking about the setup and the ambience and everything. Okay, now internal acting, what you do, you have that luxury to just think about yourself. You have that luxury to just think about your preparation of the character, but there also you have other actors. Maybe you are a very junior actor or a one scene, two scene actor, and you are sharing like big actors with sharing screen with big actor. So there also you will have that kind of compulsion that they will get more chances if they are uh, doing mistakes or something, but you will not get
They
chance.
will not get.
So you will have to like you have to be pro than them, because you have lesser time to prove, you have lesser time for everything, you have to just small margins for you to establish. But they can be like they can be fearless, they can be relaxed, and they can retake, they can do lots of things, but you cannot do that. Okay, so there people will look at you that if you are committing mistake or if you're doing something wrong, then people will look at you. But if the big actor is doing the same, they will admire them, even the mistakes. Okay, so there these exercises help you to maintain your calm. That exercises there help you to be what you are, to have patience, to see okay this happens, and it will take time to reach out to that person, and it takes time. So that's why these exercises, public solitude exercise, and relaxation exercise, like even like I really appreciate your example of even the cricketers do that, even the journalists do that, even everybody does that, because it's not just about like I remember the story like Abraham Lincoln was asked once that if you have to go for a battle and you are given 8 hours, what will you do? So he says that 4 hours I'll keep shining my sword, I'll make it sharp, 4 hours, and 4 hours I sleep. You see, is he preparing for war? Yes, he is preparing for war, but with vision, not doing the hard work kind of thing. Like for 8 hours, if he will start practicing for war, what will he do in the actual war? Be he will
He'll
be
be very tired then.
tired then. When we retired, his muscle will be overworked, and he will be. So what he does, he spent 4 hours of sharpening the sword, which is ready now to kill, to attack, and 4 hours of sound sleep, so that when he wakes up, his sword is ready and his body, his mind, everything is ready. Now he will go and attack and kill. So these are the approach, like work for every ground, for every field it works. If you are given 1 hour, if you keep doing your lines, you will get bored of those lines. So you can do 5 minutes of preparation, 10 minutes of mental preparation, and 20 minutes of just lying down and visualizing, and then 5 minutes of drinking water, walking, and seeing the space where you have to work. And then you see how
That will get
created
100% that be a difference.
60 minutes. 60 minutes, you created different dimension of that 60 minute. And like very compassionate for those who are 1 hour doing line, and when the time comes they are lost, because even if their bodies prepare muscle memory, they prepare the line, but their mind is not with them. And when you are under pressure, what helps? Your mind helps. Okay, so that is the difference between these two approaches, and we have to use both according to the circumstances, according to the time, and according to what we need. So I favor both of the idea. And yeah, so this is the thing I wanted to convey for the third session. I hope I conveyed this. Literally, I
Well,
made a proper clear notes out of that, so
haha,
that yeah. So internal acting and external acting.
nice.
Internal acting, for example, is more about uh, finding your aura, finding like how you see yourself.
Mm,
But external acting is there is always a benchmark created by others, so you have to hit that benchmark
ah,
in external. You have to hit it. You have to go beyond to that. So it will always, but it will always be outwards,
well,
outside. The approach is to looking at others. But here in internal, the approach is to looking basically inwards.
Perfect.
When you are so popular actors, they are they are basically exhibitionist and you can say external actors. Like
Perfect.
if you remember Ranveer Singh,
Mm, 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 mm.
Ranveer Singh or Govinda, these actors are exhibitionist. Like these are actors are you can say external actors.
External
So for
actors.
them, it's more about doing the lines, doing the lines, not playing. They don't have that silence in their acting book.
Mm,
They
mm.
don't have quotes in their acting book. They don't know how when actor is not speaking on the screen is acting. So for them, it's when you are taking your line, only then you are acting.
Okay. Okay.
So you are doing something. Opposite to that, in internal acting, you give the importance of acting when you are not speaking. Your co-actor is speaking, but you are on the screen. And what you are doing then? So the internal actors are not line oriented, not role oriented. So they find in that, even in that line, they will find something very unique to them, and then they can convey their message. Okay, so it's that's the difference between internal acting and
Correct.
external acting. So and you will see that because when you have to reach out to the people, like for example, if I'm taking line, like one line, आखिर मैंने काम तमाम कर दिया. Okay, this is the line. So I done the deed. It's a Macbeth first line, opening line. I done the deed. और आखिर मैंने काम तमाम कर दिया. So this is the line. So when a theater person will do, like he has to reach out to the people. Okay, and he has to create that aura. Okay, आखिर मैंने काम. So आखिर मैंने काम तमाम कर दिया. So he has to reach out to the people. But when an internal acting, when a camera actor will they don't have to reach out to people, so they can do that. These things happening because that person is there in the scene. So even like आखिर मैंने काम तमाम कर दिया. And that has a more intensity, that has the more depth of the character, and that's how you establish your version of how you see characters and acting. There you have to, you are a postman basically, so you have to reach out to people. There your mic is the postman, your technical support is the postman, they will reach out to them. So you don't have to worry about reaching out and these basic things. So that's the difference between internal
Internal
acting
and
and
external.
external acting.
Fine.
Like for example, very simple example, like for example of wow. So how you will express wow, that wow feeling, how you will express that.
Externally. Externally.
Forget about it. How you like if you are given a situation that you have to express wow for an ad, maybe for an ad. So you just that montage will come that you're saying wow. How you will say that?
Wow.
Okay. So this is one thing. Now I didn't tell you to go for external wow or internal wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I'm telling you. So I got your wow, which is Gautam's version of wow. Now, now you tell external wow. How can be the external wow when you have to deliver, to reach out to people, and stage wow. Even if like you haven't explored much stage, but what you see doing those actors, like you were there in the like where you were the theater production, like you invited me, but I couldn't come. What? Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, what can be a external acting wow?
1 minute. Yeah. It's on charge. Uh, I will do that external acting. Wow.
Hmm. External, external. Uh,
Oh wow!
okay, so that is the IPL kind of like when we were watching IPL or something. That is the same thing you do. Okay, external. Emotions are the same, like for your wow, Gautam's wow. Now try to do internal wow. How you will convey internally that, wow, my god, that wala feeling.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the difference. So see, there, like, nobody is telling you to do that thing, but it is coming because there is a compulsion of showing wow. If 500 people are there, okay, 500 people watching you live on stage, and the light has been set up in a way that you are only visible and everything is dark, even the audience
Spotlight.
is dark, and
Spot,
okay,
spotlight.
there, there if you do internally wow, it will not be conveyed there. You will, like, it's not about talent, it's not about good acting, bad acting, it will not be
It
conveyed
will not be
because
conveyed.
the system. Okay, so there, as a sensible actor, you have to do that external wow. Coming to the internal wow, that you know that there is nobody looking at you.
Mm.
Okay, and 5 or 6 people will be there where like they are shooting, they're giving brief to you, and there when you do this wow, it will be over.
Mm.
So don't do that. So you will come to the degree and do the third one what you did, it will be.
Voice is
That's the
breaking. Voice
difference.
is breaking. Ah, what?
uh, is it audible now? Hello,
Ah, yeah.
hello, hello, hello.
Last word.
Okay.
Last what you told?
So there, when you know that people are sitting, looking at you, spotlight is there only you, and you are the source of visibility. That's it. Nobody is there. Everybody dark. There, it's your job to convey it in that way. Wow. Okay. Wow. Because
Wow.
you have to reach out to people.
Mm.
Wow. That kind of
Wow. What
thing.
a
Whatever.
performance! Like that.
Wow, wow, like that kind of thing. Because it's your job to do that. But when there is a camera, when there is no audience, when there is 4 or 5 technical people uh, putting different angles to your thing, it's not just about the body visibility, it's not about the spotlight. When you don't have, like, people will say that ignore the camera, don't look at the camera, so these things will come. Then the acting will be completely changed, and it will
Thanks.
become, and it all conveyed. Okay, so even you don't have to speak much, it's like wow, wow, wow. So that things like in theater you can't reach out to, even if you don't have mic, but in film so these fabrics of voice will come, it will easily come because you have that technical support. So that's why if you start playing your voice, like when you're, can say, so it's a different fabric, you can't like explore that fabric in the, it's a very thin voice, and it's a different kind of emotion you are conveying to that, and it takes a lot of doing to in that way to the theater. Like, it's a different task if mic is not there, but here you can do, you can celebrate that, it's like that can you do. And that is the luxury of internal acting, that is the luxury of technical support. And that's the reason why now, like, lots of theater using mic and started acting like camera acting on the stage.
Good. Nice.
They knew that. But why, like, we have to shout if if we start shouting, we'll lose the essence of the character. Why shall we lose the essence of the character if we have mic, if we have technical support? So that's why you will now start seeing lots of production, lots of plays happening with that intensity, in a way that. So this is the difference, brother.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for this day. Thanks for this session,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We did a lot of theory class this today. We will try to do a bit practical next class. Yeah, we'll try to go a bit
yeah, yeah.
practical next class. Okay, thanks a lot for your
And
gyan. Tell me.
even for like these experience based sharing is very very important for doing practical thing, you know, because of those experiences, because of those technical theoretical knowledge, you will be saved from very like lots of misconceptions,
Perfect.
you know. You will not go to that because you know that there is no point of going there because of this theory, because of this experience based discussion. So sometimes we need these kind of discussion, technical discussion, it is theoretical discussion, and sometimes by applying all the technical and theoretical discussion, we'll go for exercises which will be holistic. In fact, our session is all about practical exercises, but after listening to these actors like Nasir sir and different actors, I realized the importance of also these dynamics also. Only then you can apply what you know.
Perfect, perfect. Thanks, bye. Thanks for today's session. I'm very happy that we had a session today, and we will surely continue the session till your school starts. After that, we will plan it on some other occasion. So till then, we will go on the flow. Thanks a lot, Sanjay, for being with us and letting us a lot of gyan today from what all you have. You taught us a lot of theories today. So thanks. We will surely connect soon, Sanjay. Thank you.
Even your example helped me, you know, to frame the ideas what I wanted to convey, like very technical, because you are also regularly going to these places, regularly meeting lots of actors, screen actors, those who are actually doing in the field. So that also helped me to frame the ideas. Okay.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.